exciting day. Exciting day for our program. Got 20 guys that we're announcing, and just you know, a whole year goes into this day, and it's an exciting time for us. It's an exciting time for them. This is that time where it became real. We tell them in the summer that it's going to go fast with the fall, and all of a sudden it's going to be signing day, and especially with it moved up a couple weeks, here we are. And so I know I'm excited about the group. Just this being the chance to really have a first full cycle of recruiting, kind of be really our first class, guys that we want to continue to bring in that embody what Alabama stands for, and what we're looking for. Maybe it's specific needs, which I think we've addressed in different ways and at different positions. But just proud of the staff. Can't say enough about the work they put in. It's on the field staff, of course, the coaches that will be coaching them, and have a lot of interest in making sure their rooms are where they need to be at the level we wanna compete at. And then there's also all the off the field staff, recruiting staff, Courtney Morgan as the general manager, just does such a good job, and Bob Welton and he have just really done an amazing job of meshing together, and taking what we've had before, adding to what my vision is, and our vision will continue to be, building on it, and just that staff being on the same page and clicking. I think we wouldn't have had this class without the cohesiveness that exists in all of those people that I've mentioned. So again, it felt like we've addressed a lot of needs, guys that also, on top of just their positions, just really love football. These guys put the action, I think, really comes through in what their love for football is. High character. You're always going to obviously look for the guys who have the best film, and we know here that we want guys that are going to be future NFL draft picks, and these guys are all of that. And but we also, as we really eliminate and narrow down to exactly who's those that we're presenting today, it's character. It's people embody what we want it to look like. And so again, just super excited with the 20 guys that we're announcing across the board. And I know you have questions about maybe just the generalities of why this or why that and things. And so here to help you. So any questions?
Thanks, Coach. Let's start with Chase on the far left here.
Bringing in 20 guys obviously gives you a much better picture of what's coming back for next season. Does it also clear up your picture on what your position needs would be in the portal in the next few weeks?
Are you asking about this group right here and helping, or?
I'm just asking if you've got a clear idea of what the needs are in the portal, based on the guys you're bringing in this class, and what you know is going to be leaving.
Right. This group has been pretty rock solid from really this summer, and there's always a guy here, guy there. You guys follow it close, and so I think we've been pretty rock solid on knowing what was coming in, and there's reasons for it. Whether it's the numbers or what we're looking for there. I think there is an understanding. There's still position groups that might be a guy or two just short on the numbers that we really feel strong about. I know I'm looking at the first one, offensive line. We have 4 offensive linemen coming in. We were well below what we really felt we need on a team, a roster of scholarship guys this year. Defensive back would have been another one. And I'm confident. You're confident to an extent in today's day and age. I think there's always surprises, but I think that there will be a level of retention that's different, right, than what we went through a year ago because of the transition and the craziness with the changes and all that happened here. And so I think there'll be, retention. There's going to be guys that do move on, and there's obviously guys that making decisions to go on to the NFL too. And so I feel good that we're in a good spot, and we have an idea of maybe where we need to go in the weeks ahead in the portal, and a guy here, a guy there that can help fill our team to really be at the level we need to be at, whether it's numbers or talent wise, to have the success we're looking for. So, I think that help you?
Let's go to Nick on the front right.
Yeah, Justin Hill, getting him out of Ohio, and first off, what does he bring, and also Christian's efforts to get him from, essentially 90 minutes from Columbus.
Yeah, this guy is. I'm going to say that about a lot of these guys, but Justin Hill is a special player. This is a place that he and his family love, first of all. So there was a little special connection that way. They love Alabama football, but just from athleticism, explosiveness, playmaking standpoint, you can see his film and you can see what we see and how special he is. But then you dive in deeper and you find out that this guy is someone who is just passionate about being a great teammate, being a great leader. He cares about what it feels like. He just, I think his season coming to an end, and I can remember it vividly, about that impact that it had on him and how, he knew he's going to go play football, but there's a lot of teammates that weren't, and how bad he felt, and that just says a lot about the character. He's an extremely hard worker, and so we're excited about what he's going to bring from a dynamic standpoint to the Wolf position. And Christian Robinson did an amazing job along with the rest of our staff, but Christian Robinson really heading that up in his recruitment. The relationship is extremely tight, but I think it's, the vision of our defense combined with, what he does, that's a great fit for us, and, who he is as well, as I explained.
Go to the second row in the middle to Tony.
You're a big quarterback guy. What did you see in Kalen that kind of made you pursue him so hard, and what should we expect in him?
Kalen is, it's really cool when you think about the recruiting process with him, because I just continue to think of it as there's eyes that we have and feelings that we have when you watch the film. That are one thing and it jumps out at you, but I think there's other details that we saw on the film that when we saw him in person were verified when the coaching staff went out in the spring to see him, and it's like, wow, this guy is what we think, and these little nuances that we think are special definitely are. And you can see that then as the summer went along, everyone else started to see that as well, and now you see the production this fall. It's on another level, and then there's the leadership piece and the personality. There's a swagger about him. There's a confidence about him. He's helped become a major part of bringing and keeping this class together, which is what you'd want out of any leader, especially these key guys, but especially your quarterback. And so he's just having a great championship run there with his high school, and so excited about what he brings, and he's got the arm talent, just accurate, can throw with different arm slots and all that kind of stuff, and then also just the ability as an athlete to make plays with his feet too, just an added dimension there.
Let's go to Charlie on the far right.
You mentioned defensive backs and kind of replenishing that group. Just what do you think of the three guys you're bringing in, 2 corners and 1 safety?
Yeah, I love them. I know everyone does at this time, but I just really, you hone in on some guys, and these are the guys. These are the guys that were, priorities from the beginning, had a relationship with like a Dijon Lee, going back probably at least 2 years. I can't remember exactly when, but going back 2 years. And just going through this journey with him, and now really a new journey, beginning, just length. He's brought a physicality on another level, a confidence on another level. He's got that Chuck coming from a great program, and Chuck actually came here to a camp before we were here, and so there was some familiarity with him in Alabama. But also we were well aware of who he was, and guys who have an attack mindset there. And then, at safety, with Ivan, you know, that was one where we just stayed the course with the relationship building, and really felt in our heart that this was a great fit for him, and just trying to stay with him, continue to grow, and then him really seeing it too, that the meshing of what he wanted, what he was looking for, and what we were, you know, just a great fit. And these are just extremely high character guys that, you know, just they get after it. And so excited about what they're all going to do together to add to the group of guys that we have, you know, in our program. And again, that's a position that was short in numbers this year. They held it together throughout the year in different ways, and I'm proud of that group. And these guys are going to come in and really add to it.
Keeping it on the right side, we'll go to Kennington.
This being your first cycle with Alabama, how did you find in-state recruiting this first year, and how's the relationship process going between yourself, the staff, and the state?
Yeah, I think, you know, and just, I mean, it's no secret, right? There's some West Coast guys here that we're already talking about. Those were, to me, relationships is where it starts. And the relationships are with those players. The identification, of course, is a part of it, and ID and evaluation. But the relationship piece is important. And, you know, these kids, their high school coaches know who I am, know who much of our staff were. That helped get the ball rolling with those guys. I think, you know, as we continue to emphasize and really focus on the relationships we're building in state and in the region as well, but in state was the question, you know, which I'm extremely excited about, and know that every year we'll continue to just grow, build trust. You know, I think the season that we went through will only continue to help these in-state high school coaches, you know, believe in us, and that the tradition will continue, and that I think that's just part of it, you know. And I think that's the whole Southeast region in as a whole, you know, as well. And you know, we're behind. I mean, when you look at coming in January, and really, I mean, there were staff we were still hiring at the end of February, and so, you know, the spring recruiting was really about just getting as many high school guys on campus as we could. We were pretty much bringing in anyone that wanted to come that was at a, you know, at a line or close to the line or above, and wanting just to share the message, show the vision, and you know, get all that out there. So, you know, there were some high school coaches that we got to really get to see, maybe a few in January. The last week, myself and a couple of the other coaches. It continued in the spring, and now, you know, this next, you know, in January, you know, that will continue on, you know, and there's added elements of coaches clinics and opportunities to get out here and there. But, you know, one change with not being able to be on the road in December, you know, at any level, does hold you back from building those relationships. So we got to be creative, and we got to be open to any opportunities to continue to build those relationships and that trust.
All right, let's go to Joe in the front row here on the right.
Coach, one of the first guys that you brought in after you were hired was Jackson Lloyd on a visit. What did you see? What about Jackson Lloyd that made you thought he was a good fit for the program? And specifically, what about his multi-sport ability makes you just excited about his prospects as a player?
Yeah, you know, I remember seeing Jackson for the first time at a camp a few years back, and I mean, just to really be really blunt, I mean, you see his size, you know, so you're taking note, and you flip on the film, that's one thing. You can see his athleticism, but you look at basketball, baseball, football, the guy is an athlete. And so you got this big body, you got this athlete, and then you got a mindset. You know, I don't know if there's ever been a time where I haven't talked to him. I know there is, but where I haven't either called him or he's texted me and I've texted back, and what are you doing? And it involves a workout that you just finished that you're heading to. And so, you know, you just love that about him, that he just loves the grind. He loves just sport in general and all the things he's done, being a part of different athletic teams, the different sports. Just really, I mean, that coordination is there, the footwork's there. And, you know, now that he really just focuses on football, you can only imagine what that's going to be when you get a year-round program here just focusing on that alone.
All right, two more left. We'll start with Jack here on the front row. We'll finish with Colin.
Hey, Kalen, I'm curious, one of the guys you added from the JUCO ranks, Kavante Henry, just what did you kind of see with him, and how quickly do you think he can get embedded maybe in that bandit room along the defensive line?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Kavante was a guy that, again, knew him out of high school. And so knew what he was all about. Just went to a junior college that we were very well aware of. And again, all these guys, you're looking at the background, talking with people and understanding the character and really who these guys are. And again, having a starting point with Kavante and knowing what his frame looked like, and then following through and seeing the film that he's put out. And just the explosiveness he can bring with the big body off the edge, his get off, and just does so many things well. Great person, great kid. Not a kid, great young man. And so, just really excited about what he will do and add to that room. Got some experience, with football beyond the high school years as well.
Let's finish up with Kalen here.
Hey, Kalen. I'm curious how you would assess your wide receiver room. Obviously, there was a guy you weren't able to secure, but with Latsier Brooks kind of staying the course, what do you see in him and kind of just the status of the room in 2025?
Yeah. No, I think it's a room that is in a good spot, and we just need to keep growing it. And Latsier comes in as a very dynamic player. Got good size as far as a frame and everything, and can jump through the roof. I mean, just super explosive and great ball skills. He's an athlete, a very good athlete, but he's also a wide receiver. He has those instinctual things, that spatial awareness. Can make guys miss when he gets the ball in his hands, but he gets the ball in his hands. He's quarterback friendly. He's been the go-to guy. I mean, over 4,000 yards receiving in his high school career. That production right there, and doing it almost at 1,000-yard pace almost every year in high school. To me, those guys that have been doing it that much and have that type of production, I don't care where you're at. That's impressive, because the pressure's been on him to make that next play, to convert that third down or whatever it be, to score the touchdown. And so I'm excited about the instincts on top of the athleticism and explosiveness that he brings.
Thank you, Coach.
You bet. Thank you. Roll Tide.